Greetings, all of you sweet, sweet honeybees out there in the hive. Welcome to the Electric Honey Pot, where energy is the nectar of life. I'm your magical friend, Everbee, here to deliver a message to the collective, and this is my little baby Beezle. He wanted to sit in my lap today, so he is joining us, at least here for the beginning. I'm not going to go into the whole spiel about using your discernment and timeless messages and trusting yourself, because if you are a part of the collective frequency that I am on, you have already graduated past all of that. You are already aware of the importance of discernment, trusting your intuition, and you already know how timeless messages work, which is exactly why Spirit has been knocking on your door. You are being called to step into something greater. Spirit wants you to answer the call. This is going to be different for everybody. I don't know exactly what you are being called for, but if you are existing on this frequency and you have graduated to this level, Spirit is knocking. You have been feeling some kind of pull, a calling that you haven't quite fully embraced yet, even if you have been taking steps to embody that energy. You haven't fully let yourself out of the box yet. And Spirit is telling you that it is time to open that box up, to put yourself out there, to not be afraid to be different from the herd, and to allow Spirit to transform your life. I felt really guided to pull from my Vision Quest tarot deck today, because this is a very powerful energy that feels kind of shamanic or high priestess type of energy. High priest, high priestess, shamanic, medicine worker. You are definitely some kind of healer with great spiritual power. I'm sorry, Beezle. Say bye-bye, Beezle. Gotta get him down so I can get these out. You are definitely someone who is here for a greater calling, a greater purpose within this life. You are here to help the collective elevate, and you cannot do that if you are continuing to hold yourself back or to hide away because you're afraid of being different. But being different is what makes you so beautiful. And a cardinal just flew by as I said that. It's part of what makes you so powerful, because in order to lead, you have to stand out. Leaders do not just follow the herd and blend into the herd. They aren't afraid to think differently, behave differently, perceive differently. They aren't afraid to share their ideas. They aren't afraid to share their soul. Okay, so we just had 4 cards come out at once, and I'm definitely going to take them because all of this is very recent, relevant. So maybe this is some kind of recent development in your life where you're finally starting to come into your power, even though you have known that you have had this calling for some time. Because we have the Father of Air coming out. This is definitely this leadership kind of energy, taking charge. But at the same time, the Father of Air can also be very controlling and demanding and kind of cold. Spirit wants you to know that you are liquid sunshine and that you should just allow that energy of liquid sunshine to pour out of you freely. You do not have to be so demanding or controlling with your energy. You don't have anything to prove to anybody. You don't have to convince anybody of your power. You know exactly who you are, what you came here to do, and you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. You know, a honeybee knows that honey tastes better than shit, but you can't convince flies that. They have to figure it out on their own. And you lead by example, by indulging in that honey. Your energy is the honey. Amber is the color of your energy. And you share that with the world, and the ones that are meant to see it and understand, the ones that resonate with it, they'll be drawn to it. And you're not trying to attract the ones that are looking for shit. You're trying to attract the ones that are trying to find the honey. It has probably taken you some time to fully step into this energy of leadership and accepting the path that you're on, because you've experienced a lot of hurt. It has been very prevalent within your mind. There have been a lot of negative voices floating around in your headspace that honestly are not your own voices. The nightmares have all just been this figment of your imagination that someone else placed into your mind and made you believe, but you are the wise owl. That's why they wanted you to have these negative thoughts in your head, because they don't want you to step into your power, because they know that you're going to help lead to something better, that you're going to come in to a position where you are on top and you are powerful, not because you have power or control over others, but because you are the wise owl. People seek out your wisdom, and those that live in this sense of fear and hurt, they try to prevent you from gaining or sharing that wisdom with the world. Hurt people hurt people. Misery loves company. And so they put these thoughts into your head to try to keep you on their level instead of allowing you to rise into the position that you were always destined to rise into. The spiritual warrior. I just want to sit with this one for a minute. That pain that these other people have inflicted on you, those negative thoughts that they put into your head, they don't understand that that is exactly what has given you your power. That's what's made you so strong. The darkness is where the light shines the brightest. You discovered your light within that darkness. And you're here to help bring in a higher perspective when it comes to the suffering that is happening here on the planet. It's all a part of these checks and balances, the grand design of things. It's alchemy. And you are the alchemist, and you are here to help show others the way forward. That is absolutely beautiful. Get excited about this journey that you are on. Give it up to Spirit for everything that you have gone through, because it has all been a gift. It has all been part of something greater. It doesn't make sense in the moment, but as you continue along this path of healing and trust, of gratitude, you start to understand it all happened for you. You've never been a victim of circumstance. It has all been a part of weaving this beautiful tapestry of your destiny. On the bottom of the deck, we have chaos. The tower. The tower had to come down because it was built on an unsolid foundation. The fire had to burn away the overgrowth that wasn't good for you to enrich your soil so you can grow your garden. And I'm hearing that your garden is growing. It's taken some time, but you've already seen the sprouts reach the surface into the light. And now it's just having patience and continuing to water those plants as they grow and bloom into something even more beautiful. I'm really getting this sense that you're going to blow up. And I don't mean like kaboom. I mean like you are a star. You are meant to shine. You are meant to be seen, heard, and known. You're going to make such a big impact on the world around you. You already have. On individual levels, you have already been doing this powerful, healing, spiritual work. But you're meant to do it on a much bigger scale. That is why Spirit is knocking, and it's just like, open up the door. Just open the door, answer the call. Step on out there. Pour your light into the world because the world needs your light. It's still stuck in this chaotic energy and it cannot see the fact that this is all happening for it so it can grow something more beautiful. Splitting the deck. There it is. Confirmation. The medicine man. You are the medicine. You are the wayfinder. Kindness, spirit, peace. You likely communicate with spirits. People don't understand that. People may think you're crazy, and maybe that's part of why you have rejected this gift for so long. Or not even rejected it, but kind of kept it under wraps, hidden in a box, because people just don't understand. But that's the thing. If you're an earth angel, it doesn't matter how beautiful your wings are. There are still going to be people that hate them and are afraid of them. You can't hide away your gifts just because other people do not understand. They send this hatred and fear towards you because your existence threatens their ego. It's inviting them to question the nature of their own reality, the nature of their own existence. It threatens what they thought they knew about reality, the world, the people within their lives. And that mirror is hard to look at for some people. You represent everything that they could be, that they're not living up to. And rather than accepting accountability and taking a good hard look at themselves and their shadows, they project those shortcomings, that pain, the suffering, the negative thoughts that are existing within them onto you. But you're an alchemist. You're the medicine man, the medicine woman, the shaman, the high priestess. And healers do not limit themselves based on a sick society. Splitting the deck one last time. Spirit guide. The universe is behind all of this. If anyone questions your gifts or the path that you are on, it doesn't matter, because humans are not the ones that determine your spiritual path for you. Even if they think they do, it's all spirit. The universe is the one that designed your divine blueprint. Spirits are the ones that chose you because they know the content of your character. They know the intentions within your heart. Don't allow anyone to make you question yourself, your connection, your support, because you are so loved and supported. Spirit wouldn't have given it to you if it weren't meant for you. Got me wanting to tear up and cry over here, because you, underneath that, you have been living in isolation for so long. And while you needed that to be able to understand this path that you're on, it is time for you to come out of your shell. You weren't meant to hide away forever. Even the grizzly bear emerges from her cave and she takes in the abundance of the world. And then she lets out a roar and she makes her presence known. And she travels down the mountain she climbed. It's much easier going down. And then once she gets down, the world is her buffet. It's not just a feast for her eyes, but it's a feast for her soul, her nourishment. Her world is so abundant, and no matter what crosses her path, the grizzly bear has a choice of what she consumes, and so do you. It's time to feast. It's time to stop living off of scraps. It's time to stop playing small. Let spirit be your guide. Let go of everything else. Listen to the source within you, because that is the only voice that truly matters. It is the only voice you should obey, because it is the voice of spirit. And I'm not saying the ego voice, but you already know that, because like I said, anyone that is on the frequency that I am on, I don't have to tell you that. You know how to use your discernment. You know what is of your spirit and what is of your ego. You know what your path is. You know that you are divinely protected and that you are divinely guided. It's time to get out there. It's time to get the party started. It's time to heal the world. Let's pull just one last card here. Get a closing message on the bottom of the deck. The Alchemist. That's you. We talked about that earlier. That is definitely you, transforming this chaos into personal power, this hatred into self-love. And that's exactly why this powerful spiritual path has been gifted to you. All right, Spirit, please, one last card. Let's close out this message for this collective. That way they can get themselves out there into the world. Beautiful. And maybe deer imagery is very important to someone out there, because there were definitely deer represented on that. There was definitely a deer represented on that medicine man card. And then right here, we have the light. The light is guiding you. There's also sunflowers. You know, sunflowers were planted after the Fukushima disaster, the nuclear disaster, because sunflowers can be planted in toxic environments and they still grow through it. Sunflowers know how to take those toxins, those heavy metals, and turn them into nutrients to help them grow into these beautiful flowers. That's the alchemy. That's the path of the shaman. It's the high priestess, the high priest. It's the medicine man, the medicine woman. It's the spiritual healer. And that's you. Fire roots within and beams for others. As all negativity I banish. That is beautiful. You should feel so proud of yourself and so grateful for everything that has happened, because it was always happening for you. And you're about to blow up. See you out there, collective. I'm going to close this message out right here. If you are interested in a personal reading or any kind of spiritual service that I offer, be sure to check out my Buy Me a Coffee page for the things that I am currently offering. It's linked down in the description box below. You may also email me for any kind of inquiries if you have something else that you want to ask me about, or set up a live reading with me. Little cardinal sitting on the fence over there. I love it. Be sure to check out my podcast, Humans in Bloom, where we have fearless conversations. I write podcast scripts, and I also have conversations with others. If you are interested in being a featured guest on my iPad. Oh my God, why am I saying that? I'm not on Apple. Maybe that's a sign I should try to get myself back on there. If you are interested in being on my podcast, be sure to check out my website, electrichoneypotproject.com, for more information. You can submit a contact form down at the bottom of the webpage to be considered as a featured guest. All of these will be listed down in the description box below. As always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, week, month, year, and life. Remember to be curious, question everything, but trust yourself. Most of all, stay sweet, honeybee. Sting when it counts.